The adrenaline pulses through my veins as I pedal faster and faster until I reach the maximum speed that my baby blue beach cruiser will allow. I stop pedaling, and by then my smooth rolling tires are doing all the work and are giving my exhausted legs a much needed break. As I glide on the rocky bridle path and admire the tall trees around me, I cannot help but notice that I'm right on the Glendale and Center intersection. I speed up my pace a little and glance at the serene meadow that is on my right. This is also the meadow that my friend Kieran Williams committed suicide in 6 months ago. Kieran, the boy with curly hair and the goofy Ninja Turtles hat. He was not difficult to miss. We were not the best of friends, but we did have our fair share of cherished memories. He introduced me to bike riding, and I give him most of the credit for making me so fond of it. I know that riding made him content with himself. He once told me that it enabled him to forget it all and just go. I feel like when I ride, he's with me. It is how I comfort myself or in others' opinions fooling myself into thinking that he's still with me in some sort of spirit form. However, I know he is there, watching me, the wind blowing through my hair, the sweat making a clear layer on my forehead, and my breath running shorter with every pump. My guess is that he's laughing at me thinking about how slow and out of shape I am compared to him. When he rode, he was gone and out of sight in less than 5 seconds. He was always gracious and careful, with the exception of one night where he ran straight into a metal pole skating his back on every jagged rock we crossed. But of course, he didn't like to talk about that. On the outside, Kieran always seemed to be in high spirits, very humorous and charming, but inside he was hurting and he wanted a way out. On October 24, 2010, Kieran shot himself, leaving myself and all of his friends in utter despair. He loved us all and affected everyone around him immensely, even those that were not blessed with the opportunity to meet such an intriguing young man. I cannot say that I fully remember that heavy October evening, mostly because it will still bring tears to my eyes. One thing I can recall is that the moment I was told the news, I took my bike and I was off with the wind. I was off with Kieran. We were riding side by side, his fluorescent green and purple homemade bike and my baby blue beach cruiser. That night, my bike gave me the power to not just bike, but fly, soar, and flutter with my lost buddy. Every once in a while, I can still feel his calm presence surround me as I pedal. We adventure and look for shenanigans to get ourselves into. I'll never forget him, and because of him, I believe in riding bikes.